So, welcome once again to our latest yoga session. And at this stage, I'm missing all your beautiful faces in front of me and just missing the interaction in class, but we have to keep going and do the best we can. So, today's theme is going to be about finding the light and the joy inside ourselves and trying to bring it to the surface because we all need that, I think, at the moment. So before we begin, you might like to light a candle. The other thing I'd like you to have handy maybe is a strap or a belt of some sort. You might be using it today. So when you're ready, we'll begin. So we're going to begin in sitting, and I'd like you to just close your eyes. Place your hands in a comfortable position. It can be in your lap, it could be on your belly. Just have the hands in a comfortable position. And now exhale deeply through your nose. And deeply inhale now, starting with the breath in the belly, and feel it rising up into the chest. And then exhale fully, nice and slowly. And this time, as you inhale, begin to see a light in the base of your abdomen and see that light rising up through the rib cage and the lungs and into the chest as you inhale. And as you exhale, think about letting go of any fears, any doubts, any difficulties that you might be experiencing. And again, deep breath in, feel the light rising up through you. Feel a sense of lightness in your body. And as you exhale, let go of any darkness. Now we're going to bring the hands to the heart center. You can open your eyes here. Once again, inhale. This time, sweep the arms up. Inhale fully. Exhale, bring the hands back to the heart center. And again, inhale. And exhale. Just one more. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Release your hands down. I'm just going to move this. So take your feet out in front now and bring the soles of the feet together. You can have the feet quite far out away from you. Leaning over to your right side, bring the right hand down and bring the left hand over. Nice deep stretch. And over to the left. And one more time to your right. And back over to your left. And slowly coming back up. So from here, we'll gently draw the knees together, swing the legs back and bring yourself into child pose. So knees quite wide, toes touching if possible, sit back, bring the hands in front. So you can come all the way down if you like, or you can fold the hands under your forehead for support. Now from here, slide yourself forward onto your belly. Place your hands under your forehead to come into crocodile pose. And once again, just breathe here. Lifting the head, place your hands in front with the elbows bent. We'll come up into a low cobra. Now we'll begin to activate the legs here. So press down with your feet. Feel the kneecaps beginning to lift. So the legs are working and they're taking the pressure off the back. So as always, you can adjust your cobra. You can bring the hands further forward if you need to release, or you can even bring the hands further back if you want to lift a little higher. So you'll notice today a lot of our poses are going to be about opening up the chest and the front of the body to encourage energy and positivity. So we're going to come down once again. This time I'm going to bring my left hand in front. Now this is where some of you might need to use a strap or a belt. So I'm going to bend the right knee, and if you can just take hold of your foot and press that foot in against your buttocks. Now if that's not happening for you, you can just take the belt around the foot and just gently pull as far as you can go. Or you can take the belt further down like so. So we just have the chest lifted and we're pressing into the left hand. So this helps to open up the front of the thigh, just stretching that muscle. And then slowly release. So other side, I'm just going to turn around here. So we're pressing into the right hand, bending the left knee, and if possible, taking the foot, or again, you can use your belt. So for most of you, you should be able to grab some part of the foot, but if you can't, that's what your belt is for. So again, feel the stretch on the front of that thigh, nice long stretch. And then slowly release. Press yourself back up onto all fours. And once again, I'm just going to turn around here. So you're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest and bring the right leg back, and then see if you can bring the left hand forward. And again, knee into towards the chest or towards the elbow and stretch out, and knee in, elbow in, and stretch out, and slowly coming back down. So other side, left knee in, stretch it back, right hand forward, and then in and back and in and back, and one more time, and slowly down. So we'll take the right leg out to the side. If you can, placing that foot flat on the floor. If not, if you're on the side of the foot, that's okay. And then we're going to take it into a twist, taking the right hand up. And again, bring the right hand back as far as you can to open through the chest. And slowly bring it down. Bring your right leg behind, tap, and then bring the right foot over towards the left. And you can look back to the left. Keep pressing the hands into the mat, arms nice and strong. And then bring the right knee back and down. Left side. Left foot out to the side. So take a moment to stretch into it. Left hand up. Open again through the shoulder and the chest. Left hand down, bring the left foot back, tap it, and then bring it over to the right, maybe looking back. And back to the center and back onto both knees. So from here, I'm going to curl the toes under, lift up into downward facing dog, and as always, just walking the feet out. So you might need to walk your feet in a little bit, just not to overstretch too early. Up and down off the toes. And then take the right leg back, knee into the chest, right foot forward, drop onto the left knee. From here, pushing into your right foot, come up, and then we're going to sweep the arms up and bring them into pyramid arms. Again, the chest and shoulders are nice and open here. You can let yourself sink as low as you like. Hands back to the floor, curl the back foot under, downward facing dog. Left leg back, knee into the chest, left foot forward onto the right knee, hands to hips, sweep the arms up, and then into pyramid arms, sinking the left hip. Release the hands to the floor. This time you can just curl the back foot under, stepping the right foot up to the left. Feet nice and wide apart now. Bend your knees. And then you can just let the hands dangle on the floor. You can hold on to the back of the legs. Give the head a little shake. Hands to your hips, press into your feet and come all the way up to standing. So we're going to stand with the feet hip distance apart, hands down by your side. And now we're just going to start to make circles. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now reverse it. Back, inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Come back to standing. So just move your hips a little bit from side to side or swing them around a little bit just to warm up the hips and the waist. And then you can come to stand at the top of your mat, ready to start your Surya Namaskar. So spreading the toes, press down into the four corners of your feet. Begin to engage those legs, lift up on the kneecaps, thigh muscles, engage the bandhas, Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Bring the hands to the heart center and begin your Ujjayi breath. Hands down by the side. Inhale, take your palms out, reach up. Exhale to fold, hands to the floor. Inhale, look out, half lift, hands flat, stepping to plank. Dropping to knees to chest to chin, all the way down to the floor. Inhale up into a low cobra. Move the hands back, press up onto all fours. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. So your feet are hip distance apart and your big toes are turning just slightly inwards. Release the head and the neck. If you need to continue to work those legs, go ahead and do that. Exhale fully. Inhale, look forward. Step your right and your left foot up. Flat back, look out. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And exhale back into Tadasana. Inhale, take the palms out, reach up. Exhale as you fold, hands to the floor. Inhale, look out, half lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga this time. Inhaling cobra or upward facing dog. Roll over your toes, downward dog. So as you settle into downward dog now, just focus on the breath and gently drawing the navel up towards the spine. Exhale fully. Inhale, look forward. Step or hop your feet to your hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhaling back into Tadasana. So we're going to take the pace up a little bit as we move into our Surya Namaskara B. Doing a little bit more sequencing. Bend your knees. Sweep your fingers against the floor. Utkatasana. Exhale as you fold, hands to the floor. Inhale, look out, flat back. Hands flat, stepping back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale into a downward dog. Take the right leg back. Knee to chest. Right foot forward. We're going to stay on the back toes. Maybe step the foot in a little bit. So settle yourself here, bring the hands to the heart center. And now moving into a twist. Left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Press the palms together. Now use that back foot to stabilize yourself or drop the back knee to the floor if you're struggling to stay in position. So as you press the palms together, try to lift the chest. Drop your hands to the floor and step your back foot in a little bit. And then maybe we can straighten the front knee and fold forward into pyramid. Now for some of you, you might be staying with a bent front knee. That's okay. So as you bend your front knee, bring your hands forward, stepping back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Exhale, roll over the toes to downward dog. Left leg back. Knee to chest. Left foot forward, step the back foot in a little and come up. Just getting yourself into a stable position once again. Hands to heart center. Moving to the left now, right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Press the palms together, lift the chest. And again, you want to press into that back foot or you want to drop the back knee if you like. Turn to the front, drop the hands, step the back foot in, maybe straightening the front leg as you fold, pyramid pose. Bend the front knee, stepping back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Or if you need a break, taking child pose. So focus on the breath once again, slow it down. Exhale, fully inhale, look forward, step or hop the feet to the hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Sweep your fingers against the mat, Utkatasana. And exhaling back into Tadasana. So once again, bend your knees, sweep your fingers against the mat, Utkatasana. Exhale to fold, hands to the floor. Inhale, flat back, look out. Exhale, step to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Right leg back, knee to chest. Right foot forward. This time we'll flatten the back foot and come up, sweeping the arms up. So I'm just going to turn around here. Now we're going to come forward, taking that right hand inside the right foot or even onto the foot. Open through the chest here and take your left hand up. And maybe finally taking the left hand over your head into Parsvakonasana or extended angled pose. Left hand back on the hip, slowly come up and we'll come into a reverse warrior two. So you can keep left hand here, you can slide it down the back of your leg. And then back into warrior two. Looking along towards your right middle finger. And again, chest nice and open, shoulder blades slightly drawing in towards each other. And then we're going to windmill the hands to the floor, stepping back to plank, dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Exhale, roll over the toes into a downward facing dog. So we're going to go to the left side, left leg back, knee to chest. Left foot forward, flatten the right foot and come up into warrior one. And again, I just need to turn here. So taking the left hand down, right hand onto the hip, we want to open through the chest and shoulder. Then reach up, maybe coming into the full pose, hand over the head. So you stay wherever is, just where is your accessible point today. So it might be here, here, or all the way over. Right hand onto the hip, slowly coming up, bring the left hand up. So you can keep this hand here or slide it down. And into warrior two. Take a few breaths here, looking along your left arm. And windmill the hands to the floor, stepping back to plank, dropping knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, inhaling cobra or upward dog, roll over your toes into downward dog. So just tune back into your breath now. You'll probably find the breath is faster, heart rate is faster, so just take 5 deep breaths here now to slow it down. Exhale fully, inhale, look forward. Step or hop, feet to the hands, flat back, look out. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, sweep your fingers against the mat, Utkatasana, and finally back into Tadasana. So you should all feel nicely warmed up at this stage. So if you'd like to just take a moment with your eyes closed and take a few deep breaths. Just grounding yourself once again. So open your eyes. And for the next pose, I'm going to show you a few different variations. So you might like to have your strap or your belt handy once again. So take your feet wide, so a little wider than hip distance. I'm going to turn sideways here. Have your belt maybe just in front of you. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale. Slowly start to fold forward. You can bend the knees if you like. So you can hold on to the legs, somewhere at the toes, or just bring the hands down. Now, you might just be staying here. That might be enough for you today. If you want to move on, just bend the right knee and come up onto the toe and see about taking your right hand inside the right leg and bringing it around. Now, you might be able to bind here. If not, this is where once again we can use a belt to bridge the gap. So maybe starting to take the weight over into the left and lift that right leg. So once again, we could just stop here. And again, you could be using your belt here, or maybe you can straighten the leg. Bird of paradise. Bend the left knee, bend the right. Slowly release your bind and stretch. So we'll try that on the other side. So remember, you can just use this as a forward bend or a forward bend with a little bind. There's no pressure on anybody. Nobody can see you. So feet wide once again, bend the knees, fold forward. So again, you can be holding on here, you can be holding the big toes, you can just be resting the hands. So take a moment in the forward bend, just letting your head and neck release. And as I say, perfectly okay to stay here. Now, if you want to move on, bending the left knee, lifting that foot, left hand in underneath. So you might be able to see better here. Coming around, don't forget about your belt if you want to just come. Now, you might be just happy to come into the bind and stay here. Maybe moving on, lifting, So this is actually the most challenging part, just getting from the ground to here. And then finally the straightening of the leg is just that extra little bit of icing on the cake. Slowly bend the knees, release the bind, and come back to stand at the top of your mats. Well done, everyone. So once again, we'll take a moment. Eyes closed, hands at heart center. So if that didn't wake you up, I don't know what will. So opening your eyes, bring your hands onto your hips, step your feet not too wide, about 1.5 to 2 feet for goddess pose. So this time I promise you both feet are staying on the ground solidly. Bend your knees, encourage the knees out over the feet, tilt the pelvis forward, draw the navel in. Bring the hands to heart center, and then open up, thumb and first finger together. And again, I'd like you to open your chest here, drawing the shoulder blades in towards each other. Slowly straighten up on the knees. Bring the hands behind this time, interlace your fingers, and once again bend the knees. Slowly straighten up. Take the arms up, star pose. Reach up, open the fingers, draw the navel in, extend up through your fingertips. Hands back to heart center. Slowly walk the feet back in towards each other. And you can come back to stand once again towards the front of your mat. So this time, feet hip distance apart. We'll bend the knees, tuck the tailbone, hands to heart center. Once again into a twist, left elbow to the outside of the right thigh, press the palms together, sink the hips, lift the chest. And slowly coming up, straighten the legs. So standing with your feet hip distance apart, hands on the hips, bend both knees. Tuck the tailbone, draw the navel in, hands to heart center. Now bring your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh, press the palms together and look towards your right elbow, sinking those hips as low as you can. And slowly come up, straighten the legs, bend the knees again. This time right elbow to the outside of the left thigh, press the palms, lift the chest. Back to center. This time just fold forward, come onto your knees and come up into an upright kneeling position. So moving on to gate pose, we're going to take the right leg out, line it up with the edge of your mat if you can, leaning over to your left, and then take the right hand up, maybe taking it all the way over. And right hand on the hip, slowly come up. We're going to reverse that stretch, so keeping the hand here, sliding it down. Take your left hand over. Feeling the stretch now on the left side of the waist. And slowly we're going to come out of it. Come back onto both knees. Stretch the left leg out. Lean down to your right. If you're struggling to get the fingertips to the floor, grab a cushion or a block or anything to support yourself. Left hand up and then maybe taking it over. So feeling a stretch now from the fingertips to the outer edge of the left foot. Left hand on the hip, slowly come up. So keep your hand here, slide it down. Right hand up and over. Right hand on the hip, back onto the knees. And you'll be glad now to come into a child pose. Bring your knees wide, big toes to touch. Sit back and stretch the arms out in front. Release. And slowly walk the hands back towards the knees. Roll over onto your hips and stretch both legs out in front. So I'm going to turn sideways to you once again. Bring your hands behind with your fingertips facing in towards you. Point your toes away from you. As you inhale, lift the chest. So feel this working in the arms. This is great for toning the upper arms. Great for opening up the chest. You can stay here, or you can bend your knees and come up into tabletop, or you can come into the full pose of Purvottanasana by pointing the toes towards the floor and lifting. And then slowly, slowly release. Bend the knees. And you might like to just fall forward for a moment. So we're going to try camel pose, or you can do a half version of camel pose. We're going to come up to kneeling once again. Knees hip distance apart. So remember when we did this before, you have the choice of curling the toes under, which makes it a little bit, brings the heels a bit closer to the hands. You have the choice of doing a half camel or a full camel. So we'll start with just the toes curled under, right hand up and take it back. Now, if it doesn't come to the heel, just feel free to push the hips forward and just do a gentle back bend here. So you might be here and bring the left hand up. So it's perfectly okay to stay here, and we'll change around and do the other side, bringing the left hand back and the right hand up. Or for some of you, maybe both hands coming back. So remember to keep pushing your hips forward. Don't let the hips kind of sink back. So as I say, you might be better off just staying here. So particularly if you're feeling this too much in the lower back, ease up out of it. And to come out of it, bring both hands onto the hips. Very slowly, come back up, flatten the feet, and take a child pose once again. A nice, easy child pose. And then walk the hands back towards your knees. Roll over and come back to a seated position once again. So come to Siddha Dandasana. Straighten the feet, draw the toes back towards you, roll your shoulders back and down. So just take a moment in Dandasana. And once again, I'm just going to turn sideways as we bend the right knee, step the right foot across to the outside of the left. Take your right hand behind you. Inhale your left hand up. Wrap it around the right knee to come into a twist. So it's always good to do a twist after back bends. Helps to release the spine. And again, be gentle with the neck, so you can just keep your chin over your collarbones. You don't have to turn too extremely. The twist is all happening around here in the torso. And we're going to move into an open twist. So we're just going to keep the legs as they are. Take the left hand behind and the right hand inside the right leg. A nice, easy, open twist. And inhale, come back to the front, and we'll do the other side. So I'm going to just stay here. I'm going to bend my left knee, take the left foot across to the outside of the right, take the left hand behind, and inhale the right hand up, wrapping the right arm around the left knee, slowly twisting to your left. So keep that extended leg active. Inhale, come back to the front, and again we'll switch the arms around. Right hand comes behind, left hand just to the inside of the left leg, so you can see this twist now properly on this side. Inhale, come back to the front, stretch the left leg out. Okay, bending both knees. Take your hands underneath. So again, you can just come to here if you like for this version of Navasana. You can release the hands, or maybe you'd like to take the hands up and straighten the legs. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bend the knees, hug the knees into you, place the feet down, and we're going to roll down onto our backs and just hug your knees in and make a few little circles at the base of the spine. Nearly there now. Okay, since we're doing a class about finding light and joy, we're going to do happy baby. So this should make everybody feel better. Bend the knees. Take your hands up to take your ankles or the outsides of your feet as you press your knees down towards your armpits, and gently just let yourself move from side to side. And then slowly bring the feet back onto the mat. So once again, I'd like you to take hold of your strap or your belt if you have it handy. If you're very flexible and have nice open hamstrings, you might not need your belt. You'll know that yourself. So we're going to start with taking the belt around the right foot. Taking the belt in the right hand, and you can have your left knee bent or you can straighten your left leg. Now take a moment to just stretch out the hamstrings. And then placing your left hand on your left hip, slowly start to open that right leg out towards the right. So don't worry about trying to come to the floor. That's not the point of it. Just gradually let the weight of the leg take it down. Bring the right leg back up. Switch your belt into your left hand. Bring your right hand onto the floor. And we're going to bring the right leg across the body now towards the left. So again, just if you want to roll right over onto your left hip, you can. And you can turn that right palm up and look back. So you're getting a nice twist here as well. And then slowly bring it back to center. Bend the right knee. Release the belt. So just to do the left side. Bend the left knee, belt around the left foot. Take a moment to just stretch out the back of those hamstrings. Right hand onto your right hip and slowly start to take the left leg out towards the left. So again, there's no rush, there's nowhere to get to. Just letting the weight of the leg take it as far as it will go. Maybe turn your head back to your right to have a look. And again, remember this leg can be bent or straight. Having a bent leg is a little bit easier. Bring it back to center. Switch the belt around so the belt comes into the right hand, left hand on the floor. And just let yourself roll onto your right hip as that left leg comes across your body. Maybe looking back then to your right. So you'll feel a strong stretch here and you're getting a twist. And again, if it's too strong, bend the left knee and even bend the right. You can bend both knees if you need to soften in this pose. And then slowly take it back up. Release the belt. Hug both knees in and just again rock or roll around on your lower back. And then it's time to get ready for Shavasana. So getting yourself a blanket and a comfortable cushion or a pillow. Just get ready to settle yourself into Shavasana. So lying down onto your mat, or if you'd prefer and you want to just stay in a seated position, a comfortable seated position, you can do that. But for most of you, you would probably want to lie down with your nice comfy blanket and your cushion. So once you're in a comfortable position, close your eyes and bring your awareness inwards once again. So just acknowledge the practice that you've done and the parts of it that were challenging. And just acknowledge the work that your body has done for you today. It's good too to acknowledge any challenges that you found, not just in your yoga practice, but in your day. And then decide to let them go as you give yourself this time to just relax, to switch off mentally and physically. So feel yourself softening through the jaw, just letting the teeth slightly part. Drop the shoulders. Release your arms away from your body, palms facing upwards. Release your hips. And deciding whether you need to bend your knees or have your legs straight. If the legs are straight, now let the feet just flop out to the side. Feel the legs heavy. So you want to let go of any tension in the body, any effort. Just be aware that for the next few minutes, your only purpose is to completely relax. So I'd like to bring the awareness back to the breath. We started with the breath. And to find a lightness in the breath. So exhale through your nose. And as you inhale, I'd like you to visualize a ball of golden light that starts at the base of your abdomen and moves up, expanding through your body, giving you a sense of lightness. Breathing all the way up to the collarbones. And then slowly exhaling all the way down to the base of the abdomen, using the exhale to let go of any negativity, any challenges. And again, deep breath in, see that ball of light expand as it moves up through your body. And exhale slowly to let go. So in your own time, I'd like you to take 3 more full breaths like this. And now you can let go of the breath control, taking the awareness back to your body. Relaxing your toes, soles of your feet and the tops of your feet, your ankles, your calf muscles, backs of the knees, backs of the thighs. Relaxing your hips and pelvis, your lower back, all the way up through your spine to the base of your neck. Relax the back of your head, the top of your head, your forehead, eyelids, cheekbones, lips, tongue, chin and throat, the shoulders, down through the arms to the wrists, your palms, the backs of your hands and into your fingertips. Feel the relaxation flow back up through the arms into the chest, relaxing the middle of your chest, down into your rib cage, your abdomen and your lower abdomen, the front of your hips, the front of your thighs, your knees, your shins, and all the way back down to your toes. Feeling your body head to toe completely relaxed. So now beginning to let your awareness slowly come back to the surface. Be aware of your relaxed body connecting with your mat, and then starting to introduce small movements into your body. So moving your fingers, toes, wrists and ankles. Slowly begin to turn your head from side to side. So take a deep inhale, take your arms overhead, and as you exhale, bring the arms back down. Hug your knees into your chest, roll over onto your side, and stay for 3 deep breaths. So coming up now to a seated position, place one hand on your heart and the other hand on top. Take a deep breath in as you open your eyes. And exhale. Once more, deep breath in. And exhale. Bring the hands to the heart center. Namaste. Thank you for your practice, and I hope you have a good week, and take care until I see you next time.